Well, hello. I'm finishing up a marathon of filming 8 reviews in a row. So please forgive me if I'm getting a little goofy. I'm going to start forgetting what I've said about which pen. But anyway, this pen is a Waterman Hemisphere. Fine point. I purchased it to be my Bay State Blue pen, and it is perfect for that. Now, as far as the pen itself, it's a little too narrow. It's a little too small. It doesn't have the smoothest nib in the world. It's underwhelming design. It's just kind of a plain, ordinary, nothing special about it blue pen. Would I buy it again though? Yeah, for the purpose of Bay State Blue. That's it. Now I did buy way back, I can't remember if I've reviewed it yet or not, a TWSBI Classic, which I was using as my Bay State Blue pen, but I'm not impressed with it. So this is a good step up for me. Now, nib is small, has no vent hole in it. I guess it's breather hole. I guess it doesn't need one. No flex to it. I guess you can squish a little, but you'll see in the writing sample. Nothing that great. Snap cap. The ink doesn't seem to dry out in the pen. I haven't written with this for several days, so there's a bonus that does keep the ink good. Cartridge converter pen. I like the converter. I have never used any Waterman ink before, which sounds like a funny thing for a fountain pen reviewer to say, but it's true. I've never used Waterman ink. The only real effort it makes toward design, it has that stylized W, which is their logo, and then it has the slanted cap, which is going to make size comparisons interesting. It's probably a metal body, but I like the fact that it has a plastic grip, because I don't like metal grips. Just all in all, it's an okay pen, nothing to write home about. Oh, I said that in a pen video. All right, let's talk size. Put it next to the Conrad, of course. It looks tiny. Much narrower. It is close to half an inch shorter than the Conrad. Uncapped. Capped, which I totally forgot to do that part. So I'm out of order. I apologize. Capped. It is, depending on which side of the slant, either an 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch shorter than the Conrad. And then, of course, we do our posted, because some of you post. This pen, I'll be honest, I often post if I'm writing very much, just because it is so small. But posted, I'd say it's about, again, an 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch shorter than the Conrad, depending on which part of the slant I'm measuring from. So that said, we'll do a writing sample. I want to talk to you, I want to do my writing sample with the Waterman Hemisphere. And this has been an excellent pen for Bay State Blue. This is just a wonderful pen. It's one that if you drop it, it doesn't splash a lot of ink everywhere. With Bay State Blue, that's kind of a big deal. Not the smoothest writer I have. I think it's a little bit scratchy, and if I was better at this kind of thing, I'd probably smooth the nib out. But, it's not so scratchy that it bothers me, so I just live with it. And, yeah, there's not a lot of line variation with this pen. And I do kind of wish it had a little bit bigger grip. But it's a good pen. It's reliable. If I go a few days without writing, it starts right up, and I don't get the goofy thing where some of the ink is evaporated and now it's sort of dry and gummy. I don't get any of that with this pen. It just works. And that's what I want with a pen. Fun. Yes, I think I mentioned having fun in another review, but I also just want them to work without having to fuss with them. And that's what I get with this pen. So I'm going to do my quote. Hopefully you can hear that, it is a little bit scratchy, but again, not too bad. I might have to do one of my driving videos about this quote. In fact, I've done about 7, 6, something like that, writing samples today, and I think a few of these quotes are worth doing a driving video. But anyway, as you heard there, a little bit feedbacky. I used the word scratchy earlier, but I think feedbacky is a better term. It's just, I don't know if feedbacky is a word, but that's what I'm using. But it's just not a butter smooth nib. It's one that you feel that you're writing. but it's nice, it's reliable, it does well. I mean, this I corrected tests with this pen, and I had no problem even on that low quality paper that they use in the school copier. It's just a good pen with a good, I don't know how it works, but somehow it just seems to adjust itself to the paper I use. So I hope that was useful. So I thank you for listening, and we'll see you later.